I got more empty boxes because I put the boxes, the contents of the boxes into my laptop, and I think you should do that too. Show me Bob's on Keys. This is bobkeys.com. We are working with them to bring you an additional 25% off on products like Windows 10 Pro. Use coupon code TS25 and you're going to save 25% off the already good price of $18.08, bringing it down by another $4.50. You can save money on Windows 10 Home and also 25% off as well with Office 2019. Now, once you get your key, it'll appear in your account. Just copy that, hit start and type activation, and activation settings will come up. Click on Change Product Key and then paste your product key here, or if that's not there, it may just say Add Product Key or Update Product Key if you have not already activated. Just paste it in there and then you will fully be able to use Windows 10. Thanks to bobkeys.com. And now to our regularly scheduled program. I just upgraded my laptop and it's a very intimidating thing for a lot of people out there, but I want to tell you something. Before you throw away your laptop, before you ever since I upgraded my OS from Windows whatever to Windows 10, it's been a little slower. I don't have enough RAM. Well, you need to get some more RAM. So for me, I decided to go with two 16GB sticks from Lexar. I've been using a lot of Lexar products lately, so wanted to check this out. As you can see here, we've got some 2666 speed laptop memory, and it's really nice to have 16GB DIMMs, SODIMMs in there, and it's really easy to upgrade. So in this video, what I'm going to do is I'm going to encourage you to upgrade your laptop, show you how I upgraded this laptop, and then show you where you can go to find out how to open up your individual laptop. You know, I can't show you how to upgrade every laptop. That'd be ridiculous. But I can tell you that it's really easy, and upgrading your RAM is probably the easiest thing in your entire laptop to upgrade, even easier than upgrading your hard drive. And while I'm at it, I decided to add a little extra hard drive space, so we got this Lexar. It's just a 512 gigabyte portable with a USB-C plug on the end of it. And this one's really nice and small for the size you get, and you can get it all the way up to 2 terabytes. It's standard SATA speed, so you're going to get up to 500 megabytes per second on the read, or 550 on the read, and about 400 on the write, which is going to be really good for like media, but that's plenty fast to edit like 1080p video, maybe like 4K video if you're not doing too many layers and stuff like that. You can edit directly from this. If you're working on like game projects or media or something, you can just plug this in with USB-C, get like the same speed as an internal SATA hard drive. So I decided to check this out as well. Got one of these, put it right in the bag. Anyway, let's talk about opening up your laptop. So on this laptop, this is the Lenovo Y740 15.6-inch gaming laptop, and this one's really easy, but a lot of other laptops are really easy these days. All you do is flip it over and you'll notice that there are lots of screws in the back. Now, if you're lucky and your laptop has a separate compartment with only like 1 or 2 screws in the center, open that up first. That's probably where your RAM is, and you won't even have to take the entire back cover off. You just open that up, you'll see the RAM is in there, and I'll tell you how to take that out and replace the RAM in just a second, but that's all there is to it. You may need a small screwdriver. A glasses repair kit works fine. PC repair kit works even better. Now, some laptops are going to have Torx screws. Some people call those star. They're just a different type of screw, and you'll need a different type of screwdriver. So as long as you have a Torx screwdriver, you can grab it at any hardware store. Now, I'm going to show you how easy it is to figure out how to open up your laptop and mess with stuff under the hood. This is manuals.lib, and I just decided to randomly click on a laptop owner's manual. This is the Dell 1526. I've never owned this before, and right now I have not gone in beforehand and looked at this manual. I wanted to show you in real time how it would be to like go and search for how to replace your RAM or whatever. Now, manuals.lib is just like an open source library of manuals for different hardware that's got like so many different things. The link is going to be in the top of the description. So just come up here and click on the search. Once you get the manual open, you can search through the entire PDF. I mean, you can browse through slowly by looking at each different page or whatever and seeing like, is this the page that tells me about how to change my RAM? So if you come up here at the top and you type RAM and you press enter, you're going to get so many misleading results because it's going to show you like program, all that kind of stuff, diagram, all that's going to come up because the word RAM is in it. So search for SODIMM because the RAM module in your laptop is going to be an SODIMM. And look, we have 2 different pages here. Your computer has 2 accessible SODIMM sockets, DIMM A and DIMM B, blah, blah, blah. Okay, follow the procedures before you begin on page 133, removing the memory module. That's what we need. So that was as easy as it is. I'm going to go back to page 133 and just see what we got here. You can just come up here and type in the page number. All right, here we go, adding or replacing parts. The page numbers didn't quite line up with the PDF, but that's fine. We're just a couple pages off. All the tools you need right here, it tells you. Some of these will actually have diagrams, but if you just read the instructions here, it's going to tell you how to take off the screws and remove the back panel, and there's not a lot of danger involved here. Just make sure that you, if you have a battery, you remove it. If it's one of the removable batteries, definitely take that out before you're messing around underneath the hood. That's going to cut down on any potential damage that could occur. And also make sure that you're grounded. You can wear like a lot of people wear bracelets. I haven't done that once in my entire gazillion year career in building a computer and never had a problem. I usually just ground myself by touching something that's metal or something that else is, that's grounded. But that's usually as easy as it is. So I'm not going to go through all of this with you, but essentially that's pretty much it. It tells you how to remove like all the different parts. And you can do this for any computer out there on the market. And this one has, like I said, all the pictures and stuff. It shows you how to basically take apart the entire thing. And right here is how to take how to remove your RAM and stuff. So with this laptop, we just remove the screws all the way around the side, or then you can use like an old credit card or your fingernail or whatever, but you need to get around the lip, plastic covering, and there's like a lip around the sides. You need to pop that off. There's usually some tiny little plastic latches. They can be easy to break, but if you just apply a little bit of pressure and pop it out once the screws are off, it's usually not that big of a deal. If you're someone who does this for a living, I'm not sure why you're watching this video, but you probably have a little plastic removal tool for this sort of thing. It's really easy to do. In order to remove your RAM modules, there's two metal, I guess they're almost like teeth, or I don't know what they are, little levers that hold onto the sides. You can literally just pull those slightly. Just use your fingernails, pull them out slightly, and the RAM will pop up at like a 30 or a 45 degree angle, somewhere in that range. And when it's up like that, you could just pull it right out. No big deal. Then replace it with your new RAM, and you're good to go. Now, mixing and matching RAM is not recommended. If you do get the same speed and the same variety of RAM, that can be fine if you're just trying to add like another 8GB stick, but it's still not recommended for compatibility and stability, sake. So if you're like, even if you're going from like 8 to 16, I would recommend getting a 16GB kit, then getting like another 8GB stick. You can sometimes get by with it, but you're guaranteed to have stability if you have a kit of RAM that is identical. So I highly recommend doing that. Anyway, once you put your RAM in, you'll feel it like snap into place a little bit at that 30 degree angle. You completely press it into the socket at that angle, and then you just carefully lay it back down. The teeth should clasp the sides of it, and that's it. There's no screws involved or anything. You literally just pop the old RAM out, put the new RAM in its place, and lay it back down until it snaps into place. That's it. You're done. You can see how easy that was. Then just put your back panel on, and I went from 16GB of RAM to 32GB of RAM in 5 minutes. Turn on the computer, and when you first boot up, it should tell you how much memory you have. You'll see it right there. And if the computer boots up maybe once and then stops, takes a few seconds, and it turns off, don't touch it. What it's doing is it's like, oh, I got some new RAM, and it's thinking. It's like going through and being like, oh, what is this RAM speed? It actually like goes through a quick RAM diagnostic. So if it stutters a little bit or reboots a couple of times, just leave it alone. Come back in 3 minutes. It should have already booted into your operating system, Windows, Linux, whatever you're running. And then you can go and check to make sure that the RAM is running at the correct speed and everything like that. So if you want to identify your RAM, there's a couple different options. There's a program called Ramon, and there's also a program called Typhoon Burner. I just grabbed a copy of Typhoon Burner. It's completely free. Just grab the freeware edition, and then you can open it up and see all the details of your memory. What you need to do is you need to read the contents of your RAM. So go ahead, and I'm just going to read this. Yep, click on read. It'll tell you, okay, we've got Lexar manufactured. There we go. There's our 16GB that's reading that one DIMM. You can read the other DIMM if you like. 16GB tells us our timings, and then down here it gives us a list of all the frequencies and cast latencies that it's compatible with. So that's the raw frequency. Since it's DDR, it's running at double that, which would be 2666. The main thing is once you install it, it should just work out of the box. And I didn't think that moving from like 16 to 32GB was going to make that big of a difference for a lot of people. But after you install the 32, you're going to notice a difference. You'll be able to do more with your computer. You'll be able to have more tabs open. You'll be able to have more things going on at the same time. We're talking like using a bunch of Adobe programs at the same time as you have Firefox with 1,000 tabs open. That'll all work at the same time without like there being any sort of stutter. You'll start to notice stuttering once you completely fill up your RAM. Windows is pretty smart. It'll start saying like, okay, well, you've got this other stuff over here that you haven't used in a while, so I'll take that out of RAM and I'll put some new stuff into RAM. But there's going to be a bit of a like hitch and stutter there, so it'll make your computer feel quite a bit smoother if you put more RAM in there. This isn't going to improve your performance in gaming, but if you're making a game like we're doing here, like hopping into the Unreal Engine, learning how all that works, got a bunch of assets in there, it's really going to make a huge difference. So I recommend that everybody upgrades the RAM, and why don't you get a hard drive while you're at it? I don't care. Buy shit. Or kill you. So upgrade your RAM. I mean, or don't, I don't care. I think you should. I mean, feed yourself first. This is not like something that's that difficult. Like, don't blame me if you can't pay your bills, but you got new RAM. Maybe the new RAM will help you pay your bills in the future because you'll get a job that you'll be able to do faster because you got more RAM. I'm not going to solve these problems. I'm just going to tell you about this new RAM that I got, and I decided to make a video about it, and that's the end of this one. So why don't you go over to epicpants.com and continue to buy things like this awesome t-shirt. One of these amazing mice. Couldn't find the mouse that I wanted, so I made it myself. Standard issue right here with the 3310 sensor, which is my favorite sensor, but we also have a mouse with a 3360 sensor. It's the Fenix Swift. You can check them both out and get a mouse pad. We don't sell hairdos, but you know, if you put a nice note in the when you make the order, maybe I'll come give you a hairdo. Probably not. Bye.